episode of Late Night Baking. Recently, we've been hit with a discrimination lawsuit. People claim that our recipes seem to favor the American Northeast. Well, because we here at Late Night Baking are legally obligated to be an equal opportunity kitchen, tonight we're taking a look into the Deep South for a classic recipe suggested to me by my Alabamian cameraman, a classic lemon icebox Pahh. Did I say that right? Pahh. To start, get a small bowl, graham cracker crumbs, and pour yourself a nice heaping 1 3/4 cups. I often forget just how delicious graham crackers really are. It's a perfect snack for when we're 5 years old and then we forget about it for decades on end, but I gotta tell you, graham crackers are really tasty. There have been times where I've been out of graham cracker crumbs, so I just have to get graham crackers and cook them up myself. And they're really good. I think everyone should look back into graham cracker crumbs. Anyway, back to the recipe. They're as dry as my humor, though. Then melt yourself 6 tablespoons of butter. Pour that on in with 1/4 cup of sugar. And just mix that together with a spoon. Once they clump up enough, grab your springform pan, and I know what you're thinking, Reed, it's a lemon icebox Pahh. Where's your Pahh tin? Well, I don't have one. And pour them in. Then using your hopefully clean hands, press it into the pan and slightly up along the sides. Like so. Set the crust aside, then grab the titular ingredient, the icebox, the lemons. You'll need about 6 of them for their juices. Grab one, cut it in half, find whatever juicer that you have laying around, and you're going to look for about a cup of juice total, so 6, 7, 8 lemons will do the trick. You know, the smarter thing to do probably would have been to already have your lemons pre-squeezed before you started shooting a video, because it's going to take a few minutes. Ooh. These were some plump lemons. The exact measurement doesn't really matter. You can see we have a little more than a cup. Just whatever juice you can squeeze out of 6 to 8 lemons. As a kid, I hated finding pulp in my juices or my water ice, so be sure to get a funnel with a little filter as you pour the lemon juice into a bowl. As you can see, it has caught all the seeds, most of the chunks, so we're good. Now set aside the lemon rinds, but don't throw them out yet, and not just because you're a hoarder. We're gonna need these. But not before we get to 2 cans of condensed milk. There we go. And pour that on in. Ooh, that thick, gooey waterfall of heaven. Now, I'm sure you have ice cream in the freezer, so whatever you can't get out of the can, just save it as a good topping. Whisk it all. keep stirring until the lemon juice and the thick condensed milk have evenly combined. It might take a minute. And word of warning, don't go around using condensed milk in your breakfast cereal because that can cause dental problems down the line. Once it's smooth, set that aside. Then separate 8 eggs. That is a lot of eggs. Pour the yolks into a bowl. Set this aside for a moment. Make yourself a wicked egg white omelet. And don't forget to crush the shells so the witches can't travel overseas. Then bring back your lemon rinds. Get your grater, as in I'm greater than you. Grab your lemons and start getting some zest. If you want to make this recipe while in difficult mode, give yourself some paper cuts first before this step. Ow. Get 2 tablespoons of the zest and throw it in with the eggs. Now you can throw these all out. And it's great when these sit in your trash can because lemon rinds really are nature's air freshener. Enough of that. Then mix it together. After a few minutes, grab your lemon juice condensed milk and pour it in with the eggs. Save a little for yourself so you can eat it later. It's like an artificially sweetened lemon yogurt. And mix it up. Doesn't matter how old you are, lemon anything in the eye is always going to sting. It doesn't sting quite as badly as Thanksgiving 2009, but I'll live. It's alright, I'll live. Once this is all combined, you remember that pie crust? Of course you do. Pour the batter into the pie crust. Then pop it in the oven, 325, for half an hour. Alright, while that's baking, I'm going to go watch Return of the Fly, and luckily that thing is barely over an hour, so I'm going to get through most of it before this is done. It's practically the exact same movie as the first one. Just without any of the class, any of the charm, any of the color. The only real saving grace is having Vincent Price back. But what are the odds that Philippe gets the exact same body swapping accident as his father in the first one? And the Philippe fly doesn't even have the human arm. Pie's done. Let's take this out to cool. The pie should be set along the edge, but still a little jiggly in the center. And now for the exciting next step. Let it cool for an hour. Welcome back. Now the final step of the night is to chill this in the fridge for at least 6 hours, maybe even overnight. But if you're too impatient for that, you can always get the other lemon icebox pie that you prepared last night. This one looks and smells like a lemon, but not a bad car. Oh, doesn't that look good? It's like a little lemon cheesecake, which may or may not be a hint as to next episode's season finale recipe. Let's taste it. Perfect. Now a chilled citrus dessert goes great with a little whipped cream. Yeah, that does make a little more sense, doesn't it? Let's try it out. Oh yeah. It's a little tart, but not overbearingly so. It's a nice custardy consistency, and nothing beats a graham cracker crust. Very refreshing, great for a summer treat. And I intend to have at least 3 more pieces before I go to bed. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's recipe, and I hope you all have a good night.